Hey everybody, I know I'm in the bathroom. I just wanted to record this video before I got in the shower. And all the kids are asleep or content. So I wanted to share it right now. There's a mirror behind me to see what I'm doing. Okay, so first I wanted to start out. This video is a video about children, and I wanted to first start off with a scripture. It's in Psalms 127 verse 3 and I think verse 4 too. Sorry. Okay, it's verse 127 verse 3 and 4. Okay, Psalm 127 3. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Children, God gives you a child. It's a blessing from him, and it's a gift from him to us. All children are a blessing. And even, I believe, even the children, you know, that may be born with a handicap or something, a serious thing making them handicapped, or, you know, something mentally wrong with the child, that's still a blessing from the Lord. And when that child, well, this is what I know, that when that child grows and loves the Lord, when that child passes away, that child will come back again in heaven and be in perfect form. Nothing will be wrong with that child. So, and that might be a word from somebody out there who's dealing with with that type of situation where they have a child that's like either mentally handicapped or physically handicapped. When that child enters heaven, it will be a perfect child. No matter what it looked like on this earth, it will have a sound mind, sound body, all of that. So that's the word for whoever dealing with that situation, but that's not what I'm talking about. Well, that child is still a blessing though. Anyway, so lately I've been dealing with my children, and all my children are small. My oldest is 5. I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and it's about to be 6-month-old. They're all a blessing. Lately, I've been having struggles with my children. I've been comparing my children to children that I see on YouTube, to children that I know, my nieces and nephews on my children's father's side, and my nieces on my husband's side, and my nieces and nephews on my side. Like I said, kids on YouTube, kids that I see. I get these emails from Gerber. I compare my kids to those. Just whatever the doctor said, I feel like my child should have it then. They usually do, but if they don't, I get extra hard on them. I get upset with them. I, you know, try and shift them and mold them into the child that I see someone else has, but then I have to stop. Before I wasn't stopping, and the Lord just spoke to me so hard and so heavy and said, stop. Those children are not your children. Recently, my children have been using the potty on themselves a lot. Not the potty, wetting themselves in the bed. And I have 3 girls, and each one of them pees on themselves. Sometimes 2 in the night, sometimes 1 in the night. Some nights all 3 of them pee on themselves. And I have 5 children. The other 2 are babies. They're still in diapers. But my girls, I get extra hard on them. I get tough on them. I get mad at them. I get angry with them. I spank them. I'm yelling at them. I'm telling them they're nasty, they're disgusting, they're ill, they're trifling. Nobody likes a nasty little girl, whatever. And that is so ugly and mean. And Lord, I'm sorry. Y'all, I just feel so bad and hurt. I wrote my husband an email, and he's like, yeah, you're too hard on them. Calm down, this and that. And I'm like, calm down. You don't have to deal with this. And I just got into that funk. And I feel like the enemy was really messing with me in this area. I feel like he's really messing with me lately. He messes with everyone. But lately, I feel like it's on with my children. And the fact that my husband is in prison and I'm upset. And I can't take that out on the kids. So, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do this last resort because I'm tired of spanking them and whooping them and washing sheets and giving them baths every time they pee. And I just gave them a bath and they didn't pee. They need another bath, or I just washed their sheets and then they pee again. And I have to wash their sheets again. And I have to smell because we all share a room, and the smell is just irritating. And I just finally, you know, said, you know what? I'm gonna look online and see what I can find. And I was really like not wanting to do that. I just really wanted to whoop them because I feel like it was nasty. But they're so little. They're 5, 4, and 3. Come on. They just learned potty training like a year, 2, 3 years ago, and I'm so hard on them. So I went online and researched, my child still wets the bed, what can I do? And one of the things said, wake your child up in the middle of the night because they may need to empty their bladder to keep them from urinating on themselves overnight. So I did that, and I looked it up. I mean, I wrote my husband. It was an angry letter still. It was like, I'm tired of peeing in the bed. I looked online. I seen this thing, and it says you wake up in the middle of the night. I didn't say it to him. It was an email, but I wrote in bold and in caps, and my husband can tell when I'm upset through my writing. So I was upset, and I was like, and I'm gonna try this. I really don't want to because they need to stop peeing in the bed, whatever. And then I did it. He said, go ahead, do that, and you know what? Give them a treat too if they don't pee in the bed or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, whatever. Last resort, I guess. That was so ugly, y'all. That was so ugly. That was so messed up to do my babies like that. But anyway, so then after he told me go ahead and go forward with it, whatever, I did it, and they have yet to pee on themselves. But yesterday, the second day, which was yesterday, it hit me. These are my babies. Why am I comparing them to all these other children? The other kid is like my nephew on my sister's son, my blood sister's son. He doesn't pee in the bed at all. And her daughter, my sister's daughter, her daughter doesn't pee in the bed at all. My nieces and nephews my nieces on my husband's side, they don't pee on themselves at all. But I still can't compare my children to those children. Those are not my children. God gave me children to raise. He didn't say my children are going to fall into this line. I don't want to keep putting my children in a box. And y'all, when I felt this in my heart and my soul, deep within me, that I was wrong and how ugly I was for putting this standard on my children, y'all, I just almost bust out into tears. And I just had to start praising God. Like, Lord, thank you for showing me this. You know, Lord, thank you. And so now I see my children in a different light. These are my children. Don't compare them to other children. Some people may have the child that they don't have to get up in the middle of the night. Their child just know not to pee on themselves. Or their child calls them and they have to pee or something like that. My children don't do that. They pee on themselves if they don't wake up in the middle of the night. I have to get my children up in the middle of the night in order for them to not pee on themselves, to keep me from getting frustrated and irritated and agitated and yelling at them and telling them they're nasty and they're not princesses because they pee in the bed. Yes, I did it. And that's so foul because I basically broke their spirit. And there's a verse in the Bible that talks about not breaking their spirit, but it says don't be harsh with your children. I'm going to find it too. But, and I'm going to tell y'all it. And I might plug it in the end of this video. I don't know. But I hope I find it before I'm done recording, so I can just put it in there. Yeah, I can't control my children. I can't make them stop peeing. And I can't snap at them all the time. So the best thing for me to do is to wake them up in the middle of the night, which is working. And they enjoy it. They enjoy waking up dry. They enjoy getting their little treat in the morning. They love it. They enjoy it. I love my babies. I know y'all love y'all babies too. Please don't put them in a box. Please don't compare them to other children. Like my son, he's really smart. He's really advanced. And he gets things really, really quickly. And it would be a shame for me to compare my baby boy, my 6-month-old, to him. Because if I was going to compare my 6-month-old to my 2-year-old, say my 6-month-old say if he's not that wild and adventurous and he's not that quick to learn, y'all, I would be tearing him to pieces with my words. Like, oh, why are you acting so slow? Why are you acting, why are you acting like that? Your brother got this in 5 minutes. You need to get it in 5 minutes too. That's so ugly. And then not even that, don't compare your children to other children, but don't compare your children to each other. Each child is individual child. Each family is individual family. God gave me my children, but then my children even have their own personality. So I have 5 children. God gave me 5 children to raise. He gave me and my husband 5 children to raise. Each one of those 5 children have their own personality. Some things they may have in common, some things not. Some things they may need together, some things not. My baby Joy, my baby girl, she's not my baby, she's my baby girl. She needs a lot more loving and hugging and squeezing and than any of my kids. She needs more physical affection than any of my children. My oldest daughter, she needs more praise. She likes that. If you look up your love language, they have love languages for kids. My husband's love language is physical touch, like he likes to pat on the back or rub on the shoulder and stuff like that. And his other one is words of affirmation. He likes to be affirmed. He likes to know how good he's doing. He likes that. Mine is time spent. You spend 15 minutes with me, undistracted, like not distracted. Your good undivided attention with me. I love that. My children, I can kind of see those spiritual gifts in them. My oldest daughter, she likes words of affirmation. She likes affection too, like physical touch. But her main one is words of affirmation. She loves to hear how good she's doing. Did she do it right? She loves hearing that. My second daughter, her personality is kind of laid back, chill. She don't really need a lot, but she does like to hear that she's a princess. She's not really into the huggy, lovey part, but she does like to hear she's a princess. She likes you to see her doing her dance or whatever. So she likes words of affirmations too, but she has kind of like my personality. It's a little bit laid back and chill. But my baby girl, she needs a lot of affection. She's really bubbly and sweet. She just needs a lot of affection. She's like words of affirmation too, but affection is what she really likes, you know. And then I have a son. He's really into affection. He likes words of affirmation, but he only likes words of affirmation because his sister's like that. He is so silly and so advanced and fast and quick learning, and he's so like, you know, like a little boy. Like he got it. Like he's smooth, you know. He quick with it. Quick to learn. And then I have a baby boy. He is so giggly and smiley, and he loves attention. Like he loves for you to talk to him. So his gift might be words of affirmation. But yeah, so all my children are different. All your children are different. If you only have one, that child is different. If you have no children, when you do have children, they're all going to be different. If you don't have children and you see other children, they're all going to be different. But the gist of this all is just know your children. The gist of all of this is to just know that your children are different. Love them through their differences. Praise God for each beautiful personality. And recognize what God put in you to raise your children. They need you. They love you. They just all need different things. We all do. I'm not the same as my sister. She's not the same as me. My mama had to give different stuff to my sister, different stuff to me. And I have twin brothers, and they're nowhere near the same, and they're twins. My sister has twin daughters, and they're nowhere near the same personality, and they're twins. So, I just want to say to love your children. And now I'm about to look up that verse that says that don't be harsh to your children. Hold on. Oh, okay. Is in Colossians 3 verse 21. Fathers, this is talking to fathers, but I believe this is for mothers too, but more so for fathers, because fathers, they tend to have like that more tough personality. Not all fathers, but most that I've seen. They kind of have a tougher exterior, and they're a little bit tougher with the boys and with the girls because they don't really have that sweet love. They have loving side, but in a different way. So this is more geared towards fathers, but it's for mothers too, especially if you're a single mother or you're a really tough mother, or if you're married, you have like a really tough personality like I do with my kids, or like my mom had with me or something like that. Okay, fathers, do not embitter your children or they will become discouraged. And then this is in another translation. That was in the NIV version. And another translation is the New American Standard Bible. In Colossians chapter 3 verse 21, fathers, do not exasperate your children so that they will not lose heart. Another translation is, fathers, do not make your children resentful, otherwise they'll become discouraged. And let's see. And the God's Word translation is, fathers, don't make your children resentful or they'll become, I just said that one. So basically what this means is, don't do anything to make your children bitter, or don't be so hard on them where they become bitter and they become discouraged, like they can't do anything, or like they're less than, or they're not worth anything. And that's exactly how I was making my children feel when they were peeing in the bed, and that is so ugly. Please do not be like me. Please just hear what I'm saying from the Spirit of God and just do that. Please, because children are so sweet and innocent, and my babies, they still love me. They still love me like wholeheartedly. Children are the most forgiving of forgivers. they forgive anything. My children still love me. They still want me. They still want my approval. They still want my words of affirmation. They still love me. They love me. They adore their mother. Still, even though I basically cursed them out. I didn't use cuss words, but I was just like, you're nasty, you're stinky. I even told y'all, and this is so horrible, and I will never do this again. Queen Elsa and Princess Anna don't want to be your friends because y'all pee-pee girls. I told my youngest daughter, I said, you're not a pretty princess, you're a pee-pee princess. Nobody likes a pee-pee princess, and that's so ugly. When I do something wrong, I don't want to hear how I just am worth nothing. My babies, I love them so much, and I never want them to think that I think that they're worthless, that they're nasty and trifling, but that's exactly how it's making them feel, and I'm so sorry, y'all. I ask y'all to forgive me right now. I know I made this video, and I'm really being real on what I did wrong, and I'm trying to, you know, tell y'all so y'all don't do the same thing that I did, or those who have been getting frustrated with their children so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. But please, please hear me. Please be sweet and kind to your children. All children need a little training, training up. Now, you're their parent. You're supposed to train them, but train them in love with beautiful words and fruitfulness and fruits of the spirit and love and all of that. Just love your children. Be kind to your children. Read the word. Do everything that it tells you to do as far as raising your children and living life and all of that, and walking in love, and just extend that love to your children as well. They're not just your children that you raise and you tell what to do. Love them, hug them, kiss them, squeeze them, give them like praise. Not like you would give God praise, but praise like, oh my goodness, big girl or big boy. So this video was for that, y'all. I hope y'all receive something from this. Don't cuss me out too much in the comment section. I know they're my babies, but I said I would never do that again, and I'm not. If I notice a problem, I will try and fix it the best way I can in love without screaming and hollering at them and making them feel like nothing. Because in the nap times too, they kind of get kind of rowdy, but they're getting better with that. Thank y'all for watching, and I appreciate y'all. Comment, rate, subscribe, like, whatever you want to. If you don't do anything, that's fine too. But I love y'all. I hope that y'all love me too. And just continue to watch and continue to love the Lord. Bye-bye.